So now I'd like to demonstrate the project for the webgis, and my teammates are it's myself first, Pratishtha Podil, and my teammates are Anisha Yadav and Enoch Podil. So firstly, to begin, you should first have to sign up with your email and password. As I have already signed up, um, I'll use my email and password to sign into it. So let's just log in. Okay. So finally, I'm now into this web page where now I can access all these tabs. So firstly, I would like to talk about the documentation section, and so now I'd like to talk about the system overview. This GeoMonitor, this website uses a comprehensive disaster monitoring system that provided real-time disaster visualization for the flood, landslide, fire, earthquakes. It provides an interactive map with multiple base layers and also provide a vector layer overlays, bounding box selection for regional analysis, statistical insight with the dynamic charts, and also provide user authentications, responsive designs for all devices, and IP integration with the multiple data sources. So, so for the authentications, login implementation, I've used Firebase, and now the disaster mapping system that is for map initialization and disaster layers. There are four disaster layers: landslide, flood, fire, earthquakes. And this is the data loading example for the Overpass APIs and USGS APIs. And I have used pie charts and bar charts for the visualizations of disaster occurrence. So disaster this disaster the API's references for the disaster data are taken from the Overpass API for flood and landslide data, USGS earthquake for seismic activities, and NASA forms for fire hotspots. And this is all about like deployment guide, requirements, and configuration steps. So let's go to the home page and let's first see the layers that are available overlays. So this is default layer for the that I have used OpenStreetMaps, and another is satellite, and another is Cartolite, and I've also integrated boundaries of Nepal, provinces, and districts. So let's use this default layer. So now I'll like to load the data with available this events, that is landslide, earthquake, flood, and fire. So let's load landslide data. For that, I'll click to load data, and soon this data are loaded. So going through the data, you can see that this data represented in form of polygons. This is landslide area, similarly another landslide area. Like holes. So here also you can see the legends, and legend says that this with a dark brown it says landslide areas, and light brown it says landslide hazard, and natural landslide. For almost it is yellow. So let's go to the previous view. For that I will click update bounding box, and you can see that this is a bounding box. This is for viewing the data for your region of interest. You can also change these values based on your region of interest and get the data accordingly. So now I like to load another data, that is earthquake data, and let's load earthquake data. So here you can see the different data. So you can see this number, 3 number. It means that there are 3 data here. Okay, let's see this data. So the time is 2025-04, and the 14 kilometer ENE of the Lake Nepal with a magnitude 4.8. Let's see the details. You can also see the details through here. So these are the details, and let's again move to there. So I will now use update bounding box to go for our previous view. So here now I would like to load the floor data. Here are the legend dynamically changes here, and I would like to load the data. Let's load the data. It may take a little bit of time. Okay, data has been loaded, and let's go there and see like the data are available beyond the Nepal boundary as well, you can see here, this is also represented in polygons. It's a flow data. Similarly here, it's based on this. Okay, and inside the Nepal's boundary is the data available. Okay, so now I'll like to load another event, and let's load the fire data. Fire data. You see, there's no any fire data probably right now because it is the monsoon region, so there might not be any fire data. So this is the total visualization, and let's now see the insights based on this data. So you can see this visualization, so the distribution of the different data disaster types based on the recent occurrences. Data is fetched from the USGS earthquakes, NASA forms, and the OpenStreetMap overpass API. So here you can see the flood occurrence of flood is at highest, and landslide and then earthquake. Similarly, if I toggle here and change to another region, like it may take a little time to load the data. Let's just okay. Here you can see the flood occurrence for the flood is highest, and then landslide for the eastern Nepal, whereas for the fire and earthquake there are no data available right now. So landslide, flood, and earthquake. It has less flood occurrence, more landslide occurrence, and then earthquake. Okay. Also, I have also think of incorporating the alerts feature here, but it hasn't been properly implemented as it requires proper backend integrations and authentication with the Firebase. But let's see how you can just get through it. Like you have to first enter the email address and all disasters, or you can say select any other disaster specific, and you can use location. Right now it says the user denied the location because I have not laid this thing to access my locations, as it uses a geolocation API to get the GPS data. And you can just subscribe here, and it says please set your location. So first, if you let the like allow your location, then you can subscribe to this particular page, and you get the like informations based on the RSS feed. But right now it has not been properly implemented. So I think this is all overview. So let's just you can just log out from here, and to enter other pages you have to again just log in, as you cannot get through this very much. So let me now go through the like script, so JavaScript. So for the login page, this is the Firebase configurations where API key and project IDs and authenticated domain, all these are given by the Firebase itself. And initial Firebase initialization is done, and for this is for the sign in functionality, and this is for the login functionality, and is for the logout. And now let's go through the index HTML. Okay, index, oh, home page. Let's go to the home page first. And I'll only talk about the script, as I think other are not much important. Um, so here's I've loaded the initializes is the map base map layers and others overlays, and the rectangular bounding box and its default initialization is down here. And for the updating bounding box, the I this is the functionality. So for selecting the disaster type and hiding all the controls, this is the functionality, and it shows the bounding box controls. So it clears all layers except the bounding box. It shows relevant controls and legends. Helps to dynamically change the legends based on disaster selected. It updated the functions. And this is for the full extent view. And here is the lens slide functions here I have used, and this is the overpass API URL in order to get the data from there. And another for float, I've used same overpass API URL, and it also handles and catches the error. Earthquake functions, for earthquake function I've used this uscs.gov for the data. And similarly for fire functions, I have used these forms API with the this is my API key. You can also generate one for yourself. And this is almost the overview of the home page. And let's go to the inside HTML, where I have used this JavaScript. Okay, from here let's talk. So I have used pie chart and bar chart. These are the instances for pie charts and bar charts. And the color are set for the different disasters. These initializations and data loading and based on an event listener is done. Main function to load and display the statistics, that is load load just the stats function. This updates the charts based on the statistics, based on the event triggered. It fetches the data from the APIs for the selected region and convert the bounding from strings to numbers based on boundary box. Fetch all data in parallel. It fetches the data from overpass APIs for flood and landslide, and fetches the data from the NASA FireForms APIs, and for the earthquake it fetches from USGS APIs. And this is for the interactive charts functionality and alerts. So this loaded the Firebase and map libraries, initialize the Firebase and initializes map future location variables, update radius display, get the current location of the user with the allowed, update the radius circle on the map based on the proximity, handle subscription, save the subscription to Firestore, and so documentation is all about textual data, so I don't think I have to talk about it much. So this is the proper demonstration of the project. Thank you.